announce a moment of silence and loving memory of the benefits between the veterans and also the civilians, innocent civilians who like the Russian war. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Dear members of the Parliament, we have already met, and we have the honor to host the Prime Minister of the Ireland, His Excellency Mark Rutte. We appreciate the unwavering support for Ukraine's support-oriented territorial integrity on the part of the friendly people of the Netherlands. We would like to thank you Kingdom for provision of humanitarian, financial and military assistance to Ukraine. And we would like to demand your decision to provide light and heavy military equipment to Ukraine, the decisive position in the sanction pressure on the Russian Federation, and also support for the Ukrainian refugees that have to flee the war and found refugees in your country. This is more important than any word. And I would like to say in closing that our full membership in the EU is our constitutional force and decision of the Ukrainian people. So we hope for support of your government and your country in providing the admission for Ukraine to join the EU. The floor is given to the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, His Excellency Mark Rutte.
Mr. Speaker, members of the Rada, people of Ukraine. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your kind introduction. And thank you all for the opportunity to address you today. It's a great honor. From here in the Netherlands, I want to convey one simple message. That my country stands with you. That the other members of the European family stand with you. And that we will remain with you every inch of the way until peace, freedom and democracy in Ukraine are restored and justice is done. There can be no other outcome. Let me be crystal clear. The people of Ukraine can count on the unwavering support of the Netherlands. And we will do our utmost to provide the thousands who seek refuge in our country with everything they need until they can safely return to their homes and families. Last week, on the 5th of May, it was Liberation Day in the Netherlands. Every year we celebrate freedom on the day the Second World War ended in our country. But this year, the feeling was different because of the war in Ukraine. More than ever, we all realize that freedom does not come free. Freedom comes at a cost. And friends in need must not be left to fend for themselves. Traditionally, on Liberation Day, freedom fires are lit all over the Netherlands. This year, the flames were blue and yellow, as were our hearts, as were our minds. Only a few weeks before the brutal Russian attacks began, I walked the streets of your beautiful and proud capital. Kyiv is a city with a long and rich history. I remember all too well a sense of calm before the storm that day. People were already bracing themselves for the unthinkable acts of aggression that would soon follow. And what impressed me most, even then, was the resolve of everyone I met. The resolve to not give in. The willingness to defend freedom and democracy. The readiness to fight for the future of Ukraine, if it should come to that. We now know that sadly, it did come to that. Russia's aggression against your country has been ruthless, unjust and devastating. It is based on false reasoning and utter lies. It has led to thousands of people losing their lives, schools and hospitals being bombed, cities being destroyed, and people fleeing their homes and families. Russia's military power is enormous, which makes the fighting spirit of Ukraine's armed forces and the courage of its people all the more admirable. Your president, Volodymyr Zelensky, has become the embodiment of that spirit and courage. Many times, when we spoke on the phone in the first weeks of the war, I asked myself, could this be the last time? It was a truly horrible thought. So yes, we admire Ukraine's courage more than I can express in words. It is like David against Goliath. And we all know who won that fight. President Putin may have assumed that he could isolate Ukraine and divide the democratic forces in the West with a quick military victory. But he was wrong. In fact, that was a serious miscalculation, because the opposite has happened. The forces of democracy in the West are more united than ever, and with good reason. Because this war is about the future of democracy and the international rule of law. It's about a sovereign people's right to choose its own path. It's about freedom, yours and ours. And so, this war is about our common future. And that's why the collective sanctions imposed on Russia and its leadership are unparalleled in history. Never before has this instrument been applied so swiftly, so strictly, and on such a scale. And I believe we should take the next big step as quickly as possible and stop buying Russian oil. Let me say clearly that the Netherlands is ready to take this step together with our partners and our allies without delay. Let me also say that the sanctions must stay in place until Russia's aggression has ended and Ukraine's sovereignty has been restored. We will stay with you every inch of the way. And of course, the same goes for our shipments of military equipment. The Netherlands is one of many countries that is supporting Ukraine in this way. It started with anti-tank and anti-aircraft equipment in the first brutal phase of the war. Now, in the new phase of the Battle of the Donbass, we are sending the most modern, self-propelled artillery, the armored Howitzer 2000, in close cooperation with Germany. And together with our friends and allies, we will step up once more if further military goods are needed in a new phase of the war. Again, we will stay with you every inch of the way.